Good morning, everybody, and welcome back once again to Maximus the Fourth. What I have here is an original can of Pepsi Twist. The title of today's video is going to be, Is an original Pepsi Twist still vibrant and or fresh if found in a can? In today's video, I'm briefly going to talk about Pepsi Twist and the history of it and this particular can and how I came across it, and then I'm going to open this thing up and we're going to pour it into the shot glass and give it the pour test and a taste test, and I'll let you know exactly what I think about it. But until then, let's get it on. So Pepsi Twist, for those of you that don't know, first was released in 2000. It lasted up until 2006, and then it was discontinued. And then it came back out in 2008 for limited time only as Pepsi NFL Kickoff Lemon. It was then discontinued that same year, just a couple months later. And Pepsi Twist has not been out in the States ever since 2008. But you still can find it in other countries like Argentina, Italy, Poland, Russia, Brazil. Although in Brazil, Pepsi Twist is actually lime-flavored Pepsi. So it's still all over the place in other countries. But in the States, you can't find it. Just a fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that this can of Pepsi Twist from the original release in the States is actually a second generation can. I'm pretty sure that the old one, the Twist, is a little bit bigger words, and the lemon is a lot more of a vibrant, bright looking color. Obviously this can has been beat up to heck. Now this can in particular, I found this off of eBay for 99 cents, and then I think the shipping was like $8.50 or something. And out of the years and years of doing soda reviews, I've never once ever seen any can of Pepsi Twist from the original releases in the States that has any liquid in it. In this one, when I had found it, was half full. There are some contents that were lost in here on the shipping, so now this is about an eighth full. The story with this can in particular is that the seller that sold this to me actually found this in a lake. And he did his research, I can tell by what he put on the note. But because Pepsi Twist was discontinued in 2006 in the States, the Pepsi Twist by name, that means that this can right here that you're looking at is 19 plus years old. There's no way you can figure anything else out because this can is so unbelievably beat up and worn out from spending so much time in a lake. But a question that I have, a few questions, is how in the world did this can survive? How did it not get sucked up from a boat? Or how in the world did somebody not see this and pick up a rock and just smash it into an oblivion? How is it that some young kid didn't get curious enough to open this thing up and pour it all out? I don't know. But man, what I can tell you is that this is an amazingly hard and rare find. A freaking original can of Pepsi Twist from the States that still has got some contents in it. So if that wasn't a good enough pitch to you guys, I don't know what else would be. So it is now time for the moment of truth. Now that I've talked to you about this can and given you a history lesson, is an original Pepsi Twist from the States still vibrant and or fresh if found in a can? There's only one way to find out. Let's open this thing up and see exactly what we're dealing with. The big moment. Okay, so right off the bat, we can definitely see that this is dead as a doornail. There is absolutely zero carbonation in that Pepsi Twist. Unfortunately, I was very hopeful that this might be vibrant and or fresh, but the color is clearly not there. It's got some discoloration to it from sitting for so long, and there's no fizz. So, in that aspect, is it still vibrant? No. But by taste, let's see how this thing tastes. Okay, I swallowed very little of that, and I'm not going to drink anymore. And is it still fresh? No. I would argue that that might even taste worse than a bottle that I've reviewed in the past. But I'm not sure what else to say. So at the end of the day, is an original Pepsi Twist still vibrant and or fresh if found in a can? Well, in this case, ladies and gentlemen, the answer is no. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that really helped brighten your day and blow your minds as I usually try to do. I hope that that helps give you something to really write home about and tell your wife or your significant other or your husband, whoever you are that's watching. It is not very often that we come across these things quite like this here on YouTube to get on eBay first, but we did it, and that's all I have to say. Thank you all for watching. God bless you.